Some of the follow signs here towards the elephants of Asia, orangutan, gorillas, and then the animals of the drylands. So over here is the other viewing for the Asian elephants. And I'm still not seeing the elephants anywhere. I'm going to keep looking for them, and in case I don't see them at the other viewing point, I'll definitely have to check back here later during my rewalk. Hopefully they'll be out eventually. The elephants of Asia ambassadors. Some more information about the Asian elephant. Alright, so I'm guessing this might be the final viewing for the elephants, and I still don't see them anywhere, so I'm gonna have to check back here later. Hopefully they'll be out. Got the elephants of Asia. Saving space for elephants. Amazing and inspiring. It's nice. The India elephants of Asia. There's China, the elephants of China, the elephants of Cambodia, and the elephants of Thailand. And that looks pretty nice. Asian or African. So this here tells you the difference between the African elephants and Asian elephants. Got the red ape rainforest. Rainforest neighbors. So before even going in, there actually are some orangutans over there. Despite the mist, hopefully you can see it. There's a lot of misters in these habitats that keep the animals nice and cool. Yes, there's another thing the Los Angeles Zoo has. It seems like it has a lot of misters. That's very nice how this zoo has a lot of misters in the animal habitat, so it keeps them nice and cool during the hot summer months or any day whenever it's hot. I'm gonna go over here now. Yeah, it looks like the orangutans have a wonderful habitat. Alright, orangutan, Asia's only great ape. Yeah, so luckily there's a lot of misters in the habitat to keep them nice and cool. Forest menu. So I'm guessing this tells you the type of fruit orangutans usually eat. Alright, so I do see two of the, or there's three of them. Two of them over here with each other. And another one right there laying down. Mother and child. Hope we can see it from the plantation. Yeah, it says orangutans are great apes. Red ape researchers. Orangutan observers. Long and strong. What is palm oil? Over here is a glass viewing for the orangutans. Looks very nice. Got lots of places to climb on. And because luckily you can see how the orangutans kind of go right above these areas here into the other habitats. And over here you can see there's a bigger one here. Looks like this must be the male. Very, very cool. Standing right by the mister. There's actually another one underneath that little blanket there, looks like. Going it alone. These are unique thinkers. Over here's another side view of the orangutan habitat that had those orangutans sleeping. Not really sleeping, just, just laying down. On the other side, look at the orangutan. Yeah, this is a mister right here, so that's probably why they're on this side. Staying nice and cool by the mister. Red ape rainforest goners. Bamboo. Oh, this is very gorgeous bamboo. I actually do see some carvings on these bamboo. So yeah, I don't think you're allowed to carve your names and initials on trees, especially on live trees or if they're at zoos, so don't ever do this to a living tree because it's kind of a little ignorant and a little mean to the tree because these trees are alive and they do have lives. I'm showing you the map again so you can see where I am. I just saw the orangutans and the other view of the elephants, so now I'm going to head down the trail towards the gorillas and to the drylands over here, and after I check out the animals of the drylands, I will then head towards the animals of Australia and then in towards the Lair. Alright, got Campo Gorilla. I'm going to head down this trail here towards the gorillas. Well, that looks nice. Here we got Western Lowland Gorilla. Alright, so this is only part of the gorilla's habitat, and oh, I do see a gorilla. Yeah, I do see a gorilla right up there. Right back there. He's in the back on that little hill there, laying down. He's right back there. Yep. Definitely much cooler in the shade. Unforgettable. Family. Mistaken. That's another side view of the Western Lowland Gorilla. But they got a really nice looking habitat. It's really gorgeous. Another side viewing of the gorillas. These are the gorillas that they have here at the zoo. These are the other gorillas that they have. It looks like there's a secondary habitat for the gorillas.
You see a gorilla?
You don't see the rest of them in here. So you did get to see one of them back in the first habitat. Alright, so I'm gonna head this way to the animals of the drylands. Got some birds in here. Got black-headed weaver, white-headed buffalo weaver, spotted spickney, and golden-breasted starling. You can see it looks like all the black-headed weavers are up at the top there. And you see there's a Cape Thickney. And you see there's the star. Oh, it just flew away. Oh, because you see one of the other birdies there. You can see there's the other birds there. The superb starling and the white-headed buffalo weaver are both on that tree in the back, looks like. They're very cute birds. Got spur-winged lapwing and speckled mouse bird. And there is the spur-winged lapwing. Making some noises, looks like. I'm trying to find the other bird in here, the speckled mouse bird, but it looks like it's hiding very, very well. Alright, so I do see the speckled mouse bird. Right there. Not hard to see with the fencing, but it's there. We also got one up close here. It looks like a cute bird. Alright, so now in the animals of the drylands. I'm showing you the map again so you can see where I am. So the drylands goes in a little loop, so I'm probably going to head this way first, and then on the trail towards the animals of Australia, then I'm going to head over to the Lair. So it looks like they're doing some construction on this area, so it does not seem like there's any animals in here. Got white-cheeked turaco. It's right there. I like their habitat, and just like with the other animals, it looks like, I think this one does have a sprinkler, but does not look like the sprinkler's on right now. So even though there's no animals here, or their animals here are closed off, I am going to show you the information anyway. Co-creating conservation. Alright, got African painted dog. Oh, this habitat looks super nice. I'm gonna see if I can find the dogs. Alright, so I do see the dogs. They're right in the back. I see one. And every time I usually see an African painted dog or wolf or fox or any type of dog at a zoo, they always make me think of my dogs back home. So I do miss my dogs. Over here got another empty habitat or an unused habitat. So yeah, I've been seeing a lot of empty habitats at this zoo, so I'm not sure if they're going to add anything to these habitats in the future or if they're just going to demolish them and they're probably just not going to use them anymore. Got Chicoan peccary. Alright, you see the pigs. Looks like most of them are all laying down at the moment. Got more of them in the back. These are very fuzzy pigs. I do like the habitat for the Chicoan peccaries. I just see another one just came walking around. Actually, more of them in the back laying down. Another one just came out. You can see there's the other one that just came out of the habitat or from inside. Yeah, these pigs are very, very cute and also very fuzzy too. Got Speaks Gazelle. Alright, so the doors of their nighttime habitat's open so they can come outside whenever they want to. But I don't... Oh, I do see him. Oh, never mind, he's right there. It's kind of hard to see him because of all the bushes in the way. Oh, there we go. Just came out. Going behind the log. There it is, right there. That's a cutie animal. Got sun bittern, black-necked stilt, bufflehead, and scarlet ibis. I can tell that's the black-necked stilt. And there's the bufflehead in the back. Hope you can see it because it's kind of hard with all the fencing. Trying to get to clear up. And I see the sun bittern. Yeah, it's a little hard to see it because it might get blurred up. I'll try and get to clear up. Yeah, the sun bittern is back there, but it's hard to see because I can't zoom in all the way, so it's in the back. And there's the scarlet ibis. More of them over there. Very gorgeous birds. Got masked lapwing and Australian wood duck. I do see one of them. Yeah, that's the Australian wood duck. And there's the masked lapwing. Got Babirusa. That's a nice looking habitat. Oh, I do see the Babirusa. So that's the female. You can tell because it doesn't have any tusks like the male. Because I showed you on the sign, it's the one that had the tusks. Because the sign showed the image of a male. So this is the female because it does not have any tusks like the male. So I'm guessing the male is somewhere in the back. It's a cool looking pig. Over here we got another empty habitat here. Okay, actually, never mind. It's not empty. I guess this must be the habitat for the squirrels. I'm kidding, of course. It's not for the squirrels. Those are actually wild animals, but it looks like since there's nothing in this habitat, it seems like the squirrels are taking advantage of it. Got desert bighorn sheep. Wow, this habitat looks very awesome. Looks like most of them are all up on the little rocks here. These are cute animals. Very, very cute. One climbing down. Yeah, it looks like these are the females, because I can tell because their horns are way smaller than the males. So these are all the females. Hi, sheepy. How are you? Yeah, these are very cute animals. Very cute sheepy. Next to the bighorn sheep, we got peninsular pronghorn. A zoo's ghost story. Alright, now this habitat looks pretty nice. There's a pronghorn laying down there. Hope for a ghost. Why help a ghost? Over here, I got a really nice look at the pronghorn. The pronghorns are also very cute. Do love the pronghorn. Over here's another side view of the desert bighorn sheep. Looks like this one appears to be climbing down. Oop. Guess it must have been stretching out her neck. This one's now coming down. They kind of look like goats. But these are in the sheep family, so these are sheep and not goats. But they kind of do look like goats. Or the females look like goats. And these are really cute animals. Alright, so there's an additional habitat, and I see there's more pronghorn in here. Two in the shade. And another one right over there. Got another view of them on this side. Got some more habitats over here. Got a ring-tailed lemur. There we go. Got three more of them in the back, looks like. Yeah, so the ring-tailed lemurs are probably the most well-known type of lemur thanks to the DreamWorks movie Madagascar. The animals are probably usually get to be called King Julian a lot by the little kids. Another one just came out from a little box there. Got a Rupal sand fox. Alright, there we go. Looking for the fox. Alright, so I don't see the sand fox anywhere, so it's probably hiding in the back somewhere. So well, I will check back here later on my rewalk. Hopefully the fox will be out, because I do love seeing the foxes at zoos. So I'm guessing this is a secondary habitat for the ring-tailed lemurs. And got plenty of misters to keep them nice and cool. Got a Grevy's zebra surviving in contrast. Another nice looking habitat. Got one there eating some hay. And there's two more though over here. There's three zebras in this habitat. And got a side view of that one eating hay. Over here we got this area here called Pinks. So I'm probably not going to get anything to eat from here because I already had lunch. More information about the zebras. Oh, the zebras are now walking around. Comes the one there that was eating hay. Looks like he just snorted. Because these animals are in the horse family, so just like horses, they do snort like horses do. Alright, so I'm going to follow the signs towards the animals of Australia next. There we go. The animals of Australia. Got Poodoo. So Poodoo's just got two habitats, but I did see him in one of the other habitats earlier, but I don't see him in here. And I'm trying to find him. But luckily I did see another one back in one of the other habitats from earlier. Got western gray kangaroo. Need a rest. Wow, this looks like a very cool habitat. Oh, I do see the kangaroo. Right in the back. Alright, there's a second gray kangaroo that's in the shade. Got koala. Hope you could see it because of the little bar here. Alright, this is the habitat for the koala. I'm trying to find it. Do not see it anywhere at the moment. So as usual, I'll check back here later on my rewalk. Hopefully the koala will be out by then. Got short-nosed echidna. And also got a Tamar wallaby with the echidna. Alright, as you see the echidna. Thought it was going to be difficult to find, but I was incorrect. He is out. He's right there. Alright, so I don't really see the Tamar wallaby anywhere. Looks like it's hiding really, really well somewhere, because all I see is the echidna. So I'll check back here later on my rewalk. Hopefully he'll be out. Alright, so in here you also got rhinoceros hornbill. And with the hornbill you also got a yellow-footed rock wallaby. Aussie rock climbers. It looks like a very good sized habitat. I'm gonna see if I can find the hornbill. From on this side here, I do see the rhinoceros hornbill. It's a pretty cool looking bird. And then we got a second rhinoceros hornbill you can see from this side. Got a double wattled cassowary. I do see him right over there. He's right in the back, looks like. Yeah, so these animals are closely related to the ostrich, also related to the emu and rhea. An additional habitat, there's a second cassowary. I can see they got that really big toe on their foot there, which is the reason why you do not want to encounter these if you're out in the wild, because usually they use that big toe on their foot to kick their victims, so you definitely would not want to have yourself get kicked by one of these animals because it would hurt. We got a real nice view of the first rhinoceros hornbill. Got laughing kookaburra. Unfortunately, it says it's closed off at the moment. It's that's a bummer. I did not get to see the kookaburra. So I do enjoy seeing the kookaburras. Very cool looking birds. But that's what they look like right there, just in case you've never seen them before. I'm gonna go inside the Australia house on the island Ark. It's southern hairy-nosed wombat. Wow, this is nice. So it's very dark in here because I think these animals are nocturnal. So it is very, very dark in here. It's also nice and air conditioned in here. That's the secondary habitat. You can see there's the wombat. It's like a pretty big animal. I do like these animals. Yeah, the wombat's got two different habitats for him to go in. Looks like he chose to be in this habitat today. Got another view of him from this side. We got the dragons of Komodo. Alright, we got Komodo dragon. Oh, is this the Komodo dragon's indoor habitat? I'm guessing he might be outside. 53 hatches and counting. So I totally missed it, but the Komodo dragon's actually in the water. See him stick his head out there. He's in the water there. Yeah, so Komodo dragons, I think they can swim. It's like he's cooling off in the water. And the Komodo dragon does have an outdoor habitat to be in. Got a parenti. I see him right back there. Kind of like the spots he has on him.
I hear you.
Yeah, so we got a really nice view of the rhinoceros hornbill up there. Yeah, do you see there's the yellow-footed rock wallaby right back there? It's that little cave looks like. Hope we could see it, but it's there. So as I'm going back past the kangaroos, there's actually 3 western gray kangaroos in here. And there's the third one. There's 3 of them in here. There were only 2 before, but now there's 3. Alright, we got the lair. Welcome to the lair. Go inside. So they got living amphibians, invertebrates, and reptiles. First up is the damp forest. Apparently this habitat appears to be empty at the moment. Got giant dig gecko. Yeah, this habitat's really nice and lush, and the gecko's actually on that bamboo log there. Got Iranian harlequin newt. They're swimming in the water. So usually in here is a tiger salamander, but it looks like it is off habitat at the moment. Got rough-scaled python. Another really nice habitat. He's up in the tree. Got a temple viper. He's up in the tree. Got green tree python. Looks like he's right up in the tree. Got a Chinese giant salamander. Yeah, this habitat's pretty cool. He's right in the back. I remember I got to see this in one of the other zoos on this road trip, and they look very, very big. So these salamanders are very, very large. Got Mexican jumping viper. So there's a worker in here cleaning it up, so it does not seem like the viper's going to be here while the worker's cleaning it up. Second habitat for the salamander. Got plenty of water to be in. Got a fly river turtle. Alright, this is the habitat for him. I'm gonna see if I can find him. And there's the fly river turtle swimming up by the glass. The turtle, you also got archer fish, Australian rainbow fish. And of course the archer fish have the stripes on them. It's the rainbow fish. The turtle's kind of swimming around. A mangrove viper and vampire crab. Yeah, I do see there's the mangrove viper on a tree there. Trying to find the vampire crab. I'm guessing the crab must be very well hidden, or it's just hiding somewhere, so all I see is the snake. So I hope that doesn't mean that the viper ate the crab. I don't really know, but hopefully that's not the case. Alright, so I did see the crab. He's right there. He's super tiny. I almost missed him. Yeah, that's the crab there. Got Armenian viper. That's a cool habitat. It's right there. Got some poison dart frogs. I do see some blue poison dart frogs. There's another one there. Oh, it's a green and black one. There's some green and black poison dart frogs. A European long-nosed viper. Looks like he's moving around. Looks pretty active. Just coming on over. Bite and squeeze. A Mexican West Coast rattlesnake and Mexican beaded lizard. There's all the beaded lizards down there. Another one up here. Yeah, do you see the Mexican West Coast rattlesnake? Got black-headed bushmaster and bushmaster. Oh, there's the black-headed bushmaster. It's right up at the glass. There's the other bushmaster. Got Manxian pit viper. Oh, he's right there. Got Gaboon viper. There he is. Do you like the coloration on this snake? Got Cape cobra. I'm super impressed with this habitat. He's in the little cave. Got West African green mamba. Alright, so I'm trying to find the snake. I even looked up at the tree. It probably blends in super well because I just don't see it anywhere. Got Gray's monitor. So I had to look up. He's right up there. Looks pretty comfortable up there. Got a Boyd's forest dragon and magnificent tree frog. Yeah, I do see the frog. And there is the Boyd's forest dragon. Got Merton's water monitor. This is a two-sided habitat. He's right underwater, living out his name. Looks like he's coming up. Coming up for a breath of air, looks like. Got lance-headed rattlesnake. Looks pretty small. But even though he's small, he is still very, very venomous. Because all rattlesnakes are venomous. Oh, this looks nice. A venomous Durango rock rattlesnake. So I'm guessing this may be a young one because it looks very small. Got another Durango rock rattlesnake. Got Tamapalan rock rattlesnake. He's right back there. Got another Tamapalan rock rattlesnake. Got southern mountain yellow-legged frog. He's right there. The frog just jumped in the water. He just jumped right into the water. Care and conservation. Fiji Island banded iguana. Do you like this habitat? Trying to find it, but it blends in super well, but I just don't see it anywhere, so it's definitely hiding somewhere well. So I am not seeing the Fiji Island banded iguana because it probably blends in super well, so I don't see it in this habitat. Yes, I could totally missed it, but the iguana is right here. The Fiji Island banded iguana was right here the whole time. Looks like a younger one because it's way smaller than the ones I would usually see. So that's probably why I didn't see it, because it blends in and it looks like it's a young one. Also do have a little bench in here in case you want to sit down and rest your legs for a little bit. Got a ridge-nosed rattlesnake and rock rattlesnake. I like this habitat. Oh, I do see a snake right up here. It's the ridge-nosed rattlesnake. Alright, so I did find the other snake. He apparently is way back there. All the way back there. Got a Gray's monitor. Looks like he's resting on the rock here. And I do like the habitat for the Gray's monitor. And Turtle 911, Tortuga 911. There's also an outdoor habitat for the Fiji Island banded iguana. Got the desert lair. Got a spiny lizard. Alright, this is the habitat for it. Trying to find it, but I don't see it anywhere, but I'm sure it's here somewhere. Alright, so I'm trying to find this lizard, but I don't see it anywhere, so it's going to be hiding really, really well somewhere. Also got a California desert tortoise. I also don't see the tortoise anywhere, so that's also going to be hiding somewhere really well. So I'll try to check back here later during my rewalk. And tortoise protection plan. Got the desert garden. Alright, I'm gonna head into the desert lair. Alright, going back inside. A California king snake. He's right at the bottom there. Got San Diego gopher snake and Southern Pacific rattlesnake. Yeah, do you see the Southern Pacific rattlesnake? I'm trying to block out the reflection with my shadow, or my reflection, but you can see the snake. Oh, this is a real nice looking habitat. The San Diego gopher snake is all the way at the top, but you can only see his tail. So he's right up there. Got gray banded king snake. He's right down there. He's got a wonderful habitat, looks impressive. Southwest speckled rattlesnake. Got a bunch of them, there's two of them right up here. Got a third one. See, it says these are California natives. So I'm guessing some of the snakes I'm going to see here are snakes that live in California. A Baja California rat snake. Oh, he's right up at the glass here. It's a super nice habitat. Definitely mimics the desert. Here's a second one. Way back there. Got Sidewinder. Super impressive habitat. He's right over there. Kind of see him there. Got Aruba Island rattlesnake. Right back there. Got Santa Catalina Island rattlesnake. Got two of them. So this one looks darker than the other ones. I'm guessing this one's the male, and the males are darker with brown scales, and the females are more white. So this might be the male, which means this one is the female. Got desert hairy scorpion. I'm looking in that burrow, also looking for him up here, but I just don't see him. He's got to be hiding really, really well somewhere. Got Saharan horned viper. sand.
Let's see what else in here. This is very
Got rock rattlesnake. Trying to find it. But I don't see it anywhere, so it's definitely blending in very well. Got Sonoran tarantula. Alright, so the tarantula is out, but it's all the way in that little cave, and there's a lot of reflections, so I'm trying to block it out, but it's kind of difficult to block out, but it's in the back here, apparently. In the southwest desert. Got Sonoran giant centipede. It's actually in the corner. Apparently with the microphone on top, it's going to be hard to... there you go. Now you can see it there. Sunburst diving beetle. Yeah, so I do see it there. It's very, very tiny. Yeah, I can see they're swimming around. Very, very small. Got Gila monster and Sonoran toad. Yes, I see two of the Gila monsters right up here. And there is the Sonoran toad in the back. And there's a second Sonoran toad right there. Got red diamond rattlesnake. Yeah, so with the rattlesnake, there's also another type of snake that was not listed, but it is there. So apparently the sign for it is missing, so if you know what kind of snake this is, I do recommend you leave a timestamp comment below so you'll know what it is. And there is the rattlesnake. Got Indian Gariel. Welcome guests. Spot the pot. Alright, you see there's a Gariel up here swimming. And same habitat with the Gariel, you also got a painted river terrapin. And there's the terrapin up on the log. Got two more Gariels up on the banks here on land. And there's a Gariel swimming at the bottom of the water. And a fourth one on land as well. And there's a second terrapin underwater. Also, there's a couple fish in the water. So, of course, the Gariel are on a balanced diet, so I guess the Gariel do not eat the fish, where the fish usually keep their distance from the Gariel. I'm gonna go up on this little boardwalk here. Alright, guy, Thomas Stoma. Yeah, so this is the habitat it's usually in. Oh, I do see it. I completely missed it. It's right up on land there. I think it was going to be in the water, but no, obviously it wasn't. Because they do not always spend all their time in the water, because they still have to come up on land to breathe and also to sunbathe. So of course I forgot to look up on land, and he was right there. I got a second one in the water. Really long animal. Got that really big tail. Alright, so I've completed my full initial walkthrough of the Los Angeles Zoo. Very, very large zoo, and there's lots of walking at this zoo. So now I'm gonna go do a rewalk of this zoo and hopefully see the animals that were not out the first time. There weren't many animals that were not out this morning, but I do know that there was the elephant that wasn't out. That was the main animal that was not out. Also, don't think I saw, I believe there was some type of fox that was not out, and there was also a couple animals I do want to get some better views of, like the snow leopard. I think also the takin as well, and I also don't think I saw the siamangs. The siamangs were not out. There was the addax as well. So I'm going to do the rewalk real quick and then hopefully see the animals that were not out. So I'm back inside this aviary. Remember, there's a couple birds that I did not see in here earlier. I did see the Bonder's Beck and hornbill and some of the other habitats I saw earlier. I don't see the superb starling, but I'm gonna look for it. A really nice look at the peacock here. It's a gorgeous bird. The African spoonbill. I also don't see these three birds either, so this is what they all look like. I'm gonna call these a no-go for today because I don't see them. I don't see the red-billed blue magpie or the violet turquoise. Those are also going to be no-goes for today. This is what the black-collared starling looks like. But at least I still got to see the other birds from this morning. Yes, I went up on these stairs here. I didn't realize you can come up here, but this actually gives you an upper view of the giant river otters. I just saw them running around the back. Also gives you an inside view of the harpy eagle. Looks like I got a nice decent view of the harpy eagle this morning. Alright, you can see the giant river otters are now swimming in the water.
I'm gonna try to touch you.
Yeah, I think these are the largest type of otters. They're very, very long. Oop. Putting out a little stream there. I always enjoy seeing the otters. I also do like seeing them swim in the water. Yes, the giant river otters are now... Oh, they just went into the other water area. Oh, that was very cool. I got to see the otters swim in the water, because before there was only one sleeping on that rock. Now I see two of them playing together in the water. I'm back at the black howler monkeys. Looks like they're up and moving around. There's another one. Yeah, these are the females. I can tell because they have gold fur, and usually the males have the black fur. Oh, there's the male. Another animal I don't see in here is the lowland pocket. I always see the howler monkeys. So I don't see the pocket anywhere. That's what they look like right there. Very cute animals. So I'm going to say it's a no-go for today. Also came back to see if I could get a better view of the white-faced saki. But now it does not seem like they are out anymore. So in case it didn't show up well on camera, that's what they look like right there. Very neat looking animals. Also came back hoping if I could get a better view of the Orampandola. But I don't see it anymore now. But luckily I think I got a nice view of it earlier. So I see two Central American tapirs. Before I only saw one, but now I see two of them both eating hay together. Alright, so I'm back at the green aracari. It looks like he's out. This was also not out my first time through. That's a cute bird. So another animal I did not see the first time was the jaguar. And I do see the jaguar is out. He's in the little tree there in the shade, looks like. That's very cool. So I always recommend if there's an animal you didn't see the first time, be sure to go back a second time or sometimes multiple times if it's an animal you really want to see. I'm back at the Andean condor. Looks like the sun has changed position so you can see the bird a little more clear now. Well, that was cool. Yeah, I do like the wingspans on these birds. Ooh, going into the water. Guess he must be washing his feet or his talons. Do love the Andean condor. I'm back at the Jeffrey spider monkey. Up against the fence here. And the black howler monkeys are also up on the fence now. I'm back at the king vulture. So I came back to see the mountain tapir one last time, but apparently now I do not see it any. Oh, I do see it. Luckily I got a nice view of it earlier, but looks like it's coming back out. Oh, looks like he was just in the water. It looks like he's a little bit wet. Do love the mountain tapir. So glad I got to see the mountain tapir. I'm back at the Brazilian ocelot. I was hoping to see if it's going to be moving around, but it looks like he's in the same spot he was in before. I'm trying to get to clear up. Yeah, the ocelot's right back there. Looks like the blue-billed curassow is still in the same spot it was in before. I'm back at the SARS crane. He was just making some noises earlier, but looks like he just stopped. Alright, so I'm back at the snow leopard. Oh, it looks like he moved. I almost thought he was going to be under there, but it looks like he moved to a different spot now. He looks really, really cute. Especially when they're asleep, they look even cuter. We love the snow leopard. They're very gorgeous kitty cats. So I came back to the tiger to see if he's going to be awake by now, but now I don't see him anymore. Luckily I got a nice decent view from earlier. Alright, I do see the greater one-horned rhinos now out in the habitat. Before he was behind the scenes with the keepers. Looks like he just came out. It's really cool. Do like seeing the rhinos. Because if you're not familiar with my channel, then you'll know that the rhino is my second favorite species of animal to see at zoos, right behind the elephant. It's kind of rubbing up against the little log. That's a very fantastic animal. Gosh, another animal I did not see this morning was the binturong. I came back hoping to see if the binturong was going to be out, but I apparently still don't see the binturong anywhere. So it's most likely in the back somewhere or just behind the scenes. But that's what they look like right there. Just in case you've never seen them before. So I'm going to say it's a no-go for today. And one more look at the two wrinkled hornbills. So I came back to the Tajik markhor habitat, hoping to see if there was going to be more than one. So I only saw one female this morning, but now I don't see them anymore. So it is a little hot out, so it's definitely more air conditioned inside. Because these animals do live up in the mountains near Pakistan or in that part of Asia where it's really, really cool. So it's definitely much more climate controlled inside than it is out here. I'm back at the golden-cheeked gibbon. They're swinging around, looks like. Kind of swinging all over the place. I came back to the takin. Looks like they're standing up. Both of them are standing up now. Do like these animals a lot. Alright, I'm back at the Siamangs, and they're both out now. See two of them getting food from the keeper. Because earlier this morning they were hooting and hollering. But it looks like they stopped now. Back at the Stellar Sea Eagle. Just making some noises. I didn't know they make that noise. I did not know Stellar Sea Eagles can make that noise. Back at this habitat that's supposed to have the Siberian eagle owl, but instead all I see is this bachelor eagle. So this is what the Siberian eagle owl looks like, because I just don't see it anywhere. This is going to be a no-go for today. So over here is the India viewing for the Asian elephants, and I still don't see them anywhere. But hopefully I'll be able to see them on the other side. Yeah, you can see the door to their habitat is open, so they can come outside whenever they want. So don't see the elephants in here in this area, so hopefully they'll be on that side of the habitat once I get there. Back at the chimpanzees, looks like they're all together over there in the shade, looks like. Even got some in there. So I'm now going back past the Mahal Cafe, which is also right next to the giraffes. Back at the Colobus monkey, got a younger one. Another one sort of jumping around. Very fluffy animals. There's another one right here. Got the colobus monkeys. Sort of jumping around a minute ago. There goes one there. Oh, there's the younger one. I came back to the mandrills. There's one in the hammock now. And two more have moved to this habitat. Got one of them swinging around up here. And there's the other one. Alright, so the serval's now walking around. Hi, kitty cat, how are you? Oh, he's such a cute animal. He's such a cute cat, you know that, don't you? Oh, he's going to the other habitat, looks like. And he does have access to come into this other habitat. Looks like he's thinking about it. And apparently there were two servals earlier this morning, but now I don't see the second one anywhere anymore. So another animal I didn't see earlier was the addax. I apparently don't see the addax still. Apparently I don't see them in this habitat either. Looks like the addax are still not out. So I'm sure you've seen an addax before, but just in case you've never seen them before, that's what they look like. So this is going to be a no-go for today. We came back to see the ostrich one more time. And so luckily all the school groups have left, so it's very, very quiet right now. So I'm back at the Red River Hog. Before he was behind that area there. And apparently I don't see the Red River Hog anywhere still. I mean, he was out earlier, but behind that area. So now I don't see the Red River Hog anymore. So this is what they look like right here, just in case you've never seen them before. So this is unfortunately going to be a no-go for today. Over here is another view of the backside habitat for the chimps. You can kind of hear them all breaking at each other. They're really going at it. So it's almost 4 o'clock now. The zoo just closed at 5, so that's probably why they're coming back here, because this must be the area where they spend the night. It's usually around 4 o'clock, an hour before the zoo closes, they start putting the animals away, so that's probably why they're all coming back here. Alright, so another animal I didn't see earlier was the Chinese squirrel. It's got a little sprinkler for him. But yeah, I still am not seeing the Gariel anywhere, so it's probably up high somewhere in its nighttime pen. Because it is 4 o'clock now, so I'm guessing that's why it's inside, because the zoo is closing in an hour. Well, that's what they look like right there. Very cute animals. This is going to be a no-go for today. Alright, I'm back at the Cape vultures. Looks like the other two have went up there to that little area. There's the rest of them up there. Alright, so I do not see the bongo anymore or the yellowback diker. But like I said, since it's after 4 o'clock and the zoo is closing at 5 o'clock, that usually is when they start putting the animals away, so that's why I'm not seeing the bongos anywhere. But luckily I did get to see them the first time coming past this habitat. Alright, so over here is the final viewing for the Asian elephants, and unfortunately I still don't see the elephants anywhere. I'm kind of a little disappointed I didn't get to see the elephants, but I do understand that it's 4 o'clock and that's when they start putting the animals into their nighttime habitats as the zoo is closing soon. So I'm so sorry I did not get to show you the elephants. So I'm sure you've seen an elephant before, but just in case you've never seen one before, this is what they look like, or it's what the Asian elephants look like. So this is unfortunately a no-go for today. Yeah, but like I said, their habitat's very expansive, so they could be anywhere, so I'm guessing by now they're probably inside at the moment since the zoo is closing very soon. Back at this habitat, I can see the Cape thickneys up close, because look at the sun's changed positions. So the white-headed weavers, one of the other birds back there. Yeah, it looks like the white-headed weaver is the bird I mostly see in here. Next, I'm back at the African painted dog. Looks like he's still sleeping in the same spot he was in before. Try to keep the camera nice and still. Yeah, apparently that's the only dog I see in here. I'm guessing the other ones must be inside. Back at the Chicoan Peccaries, looks like there's one laying down still. But the other one's now walking around, looks like. Looks like they've all moved over to that side. Looks like one of them's still in the same spot they were in before, but still you can see it. Alright, so I was hoping to see if I could get a nicer view of another nicer view of the Speaks Gazelle, but now I don't see it anymore. The door is closed, so I guess it must have been put up for the night. And came back to see the Desert Bighorn Sheep one last time. So they're all up there now. I see two of them up there now. I can see the other two are standing by the doorway. Guess they're about to go inside for the night. Yeah, it must be much cooler in there, huh? Yeah, it definitely must feel much cooler in there than it is out here. Alright, so another animal I didn't see was the Rupal sand fox. And I still do not see the fox anywhere. So it might be in that little box there, or one of those boxes there, but yeah, I don't see the Rupal sand fox anywhere. That's what they look like right there. So I'm gonna call this a no-go for today because I just don't see it. Over here I got a really nice view of the Grevy zebras. Kind of looks like they're waiting in line. So I guess they must be waiting in line to go inside for the night. I'm waiting their turn. So I'm back at this habitat here that has the poodoo. Apparently, I still don't see the poodoo anywhere, but luckily I saw it in one of the other habitats earlier. So this is what they look like right here. So I was hoping to see if the yellow-footed rock wallaby came out to the habitat, but now I don't see it anymore. I still see the rhinoceros hornbills are out. The cassowaries are both at the little fence here. Guess they must be talking to each other or something. Yes, the Komodo dragon is still in the water, looks like. Looks like he's asleep. Sleeping in the water, looks like. Looks like the Parenti's now up closer here. It's a very cool looking lizard. Back at this habitat here, it's the habitat that had the Tamar wallaby and the echidna, but apparently, although actually never mind, the sign's still there. I almost thought they took away the sign, but the sign's actually over here, not here, but yeah, I still don't see the Tamar wallaby anywhere. So this is what the wallaby looks like, just in case you've never seen one before. This is unfortunately going to be a no-go for today. Back at the Tomastomas. Looks like this one's in the same spot as before. It looks like both Tomastomas are both in the exact same spot they were in before. Got one on land and another in the water. There's another two animals I didn't see before were the California desert tortoise and the spiny lizard. But I don't really see the tortoise anywhere, so this is what they look like right here. And I still also don't see the spiny lizard anywhere, so those are both going to be no-goes for today. This is what they look like right there. So these are both no-goes for today. I'm back at the trumpeter swans. They're both swimming around still. One kind of has his head underwater. I missed this from before. Tail of a really old whale. So I'm heading back towards the front. You can see there's the International Marketplace, which is where I entered the zoo. So as I'm going back past the alligators, see both of them are now up on land. But the bigger one and the smaller one Alright everybody, that's going to complete my visit to the Los Angeles Zoo in Los Angeles, California. I really enjoyed this zoo a lot. It was really great. I loved the layout of it a lot. It was very impressive. They had an amazing variety of animals here. I loved the habitat. Only one habitat that I didn't really, or I wouldn't say hate, just, you know, didn't really care for was the greater one-horned rhino. I did love seeing the rhino. It's just that there was, even though he had 3 different habitats for him, with the one being under construction, it just didn't seem like he had enough space. But other than that, it was still a very fun zoo. I loved everything else here, especially like the cave vultures they had, and the elephants. Unfortunately, I did not get to see the elephants, but I still really love the habitat, because I understand that they have lots of space for them and they could have been anywhere, but still I saw everything else they had on habitat today. I certainly enjoyed the Drylands. Everything else here was really great. They had an amazing variety of animals here. It was lots of fun. I had so much fun today at this zoo. So leave some comments down below for what was your favorite animal that I saw today, or an animal that was on habitat. If you like what you saw, be sure to give the video a good thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I go to zoos and aquariums across the United States. I upload new videos every Saturday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you like zoos and aquariums, then check out my channel. I try to visit a new state every year. I hoping to visit all 50 states very soon in the future. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you again next time. Bye.